So the practice has a lot of instructions. I think it might be the practice that has more, it must be maybe like 30 different dots or something, but it's very simple. So you arrive to the present moment and you just realize I am here, I am aware. And we're going to divide the body in parts. So we're going to do first one leg, then the other leg, the abdomen, the chest, and the head, and then the arms, and then the whole body at once. And so what we do every time is the same. First, bring the attention to the area, then smile into the area, establish report there, report. Then feel the area being very vast, very open inside, and then just breathing and then resting. So it's actually 5. So in whatever position you are, it's good. Bring the attention to the tips of the toes of the left leg. And start feeling the toes, and then start feeling the foot towards the heel. Start feeling the calf going up to the knee, and start feeling the thigh to the hip. You can repeat that same process 2 or 3 times, whatever you need to get really a sense of, oh, I feel my toes, I feel the sole of the foot, I feel the actual top of the foot, the ankle, the calf, the shin, the knee, the thigh, the hip. And smile to the leg. And feel this sense of openness inside of the leg, openness. And then inhaling from the tips of the toes, up, all the way to the hip, to the waist on the left side. Just inhale up the left leg. And then at your own pace, from the waist down, exhale, from the hip down, exhale out the leg. Any tension, if there's any pain, if there's any injuries, anything that is there. So repeat that 2 more times, that inhalation and exhalation. Bring the attention to the right leg and do the same thing. Start at the toes. Bring your awareness trying to feel the toes. If for some reason, you cannot feel it, or, just because there's not enough practice, just keep practicing. If there's an issue with, for example, neuropathy, or, there's any kind of actual physical issue, keep practicing, same thing. If you cannot feel it, just imagine it at the beginning. So from the toes to the sole of the foot, to the top of the foot, to the ankle, and just feel up the thigh, up the shin, to the knee, and up the knee through the thigh to the glute and the hip area. And sometimes, this might sound silly, but sometimes suddenly the leg is so happy, say, oh, you remember I'm here. Our beautiful legs, that help us so much. Our beautiful toes, our beautiful feet, our beautiful knee. What we take for granted until we have a problem. So smile into your right leg, feel this beautiful openness. So the tissues relax, the channels flow more freely, the blood circulation improves. And then from the toes, breathe up and down 3 times. From the toes to the hip. So both legs feel vibrant, both legs feel spacious. Again, you could spend as much time as you want to doing this. Now we are on schedule here, so bring the attention to the base of the perineum, to the genital area, to the waist, and to the sacrum, to the inner parts of the hips. And the same thing, just feel those areas. You can be as specific as possible. Feel those areas with a smile. Feel, I don't know how it's, so feel is F-E-E-L, like experience. Like sense. And so that sensation just ascends to the lower abdomen, to the low back, and then gradually into the diaphragm, the chest, and the mid and upper back and the shoulders. So feel your abdomen, your chest, your shoulders completely open. This experience of openness, of emptiness inside. So it's not so much open as you have lost your skin. It's more like when you look inside, it's not constrained, it's just this sensation of openness. And smile to that open space. Smile to your shoulders. Beautifully open, spacious. And then bring the attention to the tips of the fingers. Start by the left hand, and the same thing we did on the foot. So the tips of the left fingers, feel the fingers, the palm of the hand, the top of the hand, and forearm, elbow, upper arm to the shoulder. Feel the openness. Feel the spaciousness. Smile to the arm. And also through that spaciousness, allow the arm to soften. And then move to the right arm, to the tips of the fingers on the right hand. Fingers. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do the breathing on the left side. So inhale from the tips of the fingers up to the shoulder. So inhale at your own pace a couple more times. And then bring the attention to the right hand and do the same thing. First, feel, experience from the tip of the fingers going up, the fingers, the hand, wrist. This practice is exceptional, for example, for anybody who has carpal tunnel, or if you have any kind of area where there's tension or there's narrowing. By bringing the attention there, naturally the area starts feeling more expansive and softens. So forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Smiling into this exquisite openness, this exquisite space. And breathing up and down. From the tips of the fingers of the right hand to the shoulder. Then feeling the neck, the shoulders again, the neck also like a smile to them. This sense of openness. Extending the sense of openness to the face, the inner head, the brain. It's explained in the book the amount of time we spend on the actually head. It's shorter. We don't want the energy to stay too high on the head. So just the head is just like a little touch, but you can do the face, the jaws. You know, if you have TMJ or there's just this sense of openness. If you're having headaches or the same thing, this sense of openness around the brain. Sense of openness around the eyes. The eyes, our poor eyes, are working so much with all this screen time for most of us. And then my favorite part of this practice is when both legs, the abdomen, the chest, the arms, the head, the hands, you feel like everything is breathing at once. Anything that arises, you let it be. Sensations, thoughts, impressions, anything. It's just what arises in the screen of being. And attention itself, the mind itself, doesn't have a specific place to rest. It's just also like evenly at ease through this openness of infinite space. And you rejoice in being. You rejoice in your potential. So we're going to rest for 1 more minute, just like this. Your eyes, if they are closed, do the same thing we did before. Aware of this infinite space. And here is where the quote from page 73, I'm going to read it. Aware of this awareness, what fills everything inside, above, below, and around itself, being consciousness, bliss, non-dual infinite, without beginning or end, one and only. That's who you are. At the deepest, or at the deeper. So aware of this vastness, potentiality, this vaster potentiality, and also aware of the fact that, it's noon and you're going to have lunch and, talk to your family and that there's a world out there that is our life, or this more relative aspect of our life. So little by little you can start opening your eyes with the motivation of the intention of blending these experiences. So wherever you go, whomever you encounter, even more, whomever hears of you or thinks of you, or contacts you in any way, sees a picture of you, so that they might also contact with this aspect who is also themselves. And they are able to fully embrace or fullier embrace higher aspects of their potential, because you've been doing this practice, because we've been doing this practice together. And to conclude our practice, we're going to do the dedication, and then it's very important after this practice to do the dry bath. So I'm sorry we're a bit over time. By the merit of having practiced healing meditation for my benefit and the benefit of all other beings, may all beings without exception be well and happy. May there be peace in all lands, prosperity in all households, and joy in all hearts across all time and space. And may all the motivation prayers made for the well-being of beings become a reality. May the sublime awakened mind, the mind of unconditional love, the mind of awakening, the mind that is awake and wakeful, and the mind of relishing oneself and others. Awaken wherever it has not risen yet, and whatever it has arisen may just keep growing and growing and growing forevermore. And may the many blessings of all the great practitioners, all the yoginis and all the yogis of these traditions that we practice, of these traditions that we treasure so much, may their blessings really blossom in our hearts, because that's really the quickest way and the surest way to a very profound realization, to be able to be open and to receive the blessings of one's tradition and one's teachers. So rub your hands. And at the end of this practice, it's better to do tapping. So just to make sure that the mind integrates well back. So you don't stay spaced out. Yeah? This is a practice of space, but then now you have to go drive or have a meeting or softly the face and the head. And the back. And your glutes. And then the legs. And then collecting all this beautiful life, this beautiful experience, this beautiful conversation that we had, you in your minds, me here, and just integrate it in your physical body, becoming like a beautiful sphere of light, like what we call the inner sun, or the self-luminous jewel behind the navel. And so that jewel radiates, keeps shining, starting I think next week or the following week, we start with a healing smile. So we'll start including this pearl more and more. It's very essential for our practices. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Just a quick announcement. It might be next week. Oh, let me stop this.